Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Surah Al-An'am, ayah number 46. قال الله تعالى: قل أرأيتم إن أخذ الله سمعكم وأبصاركم وختم على قلوبكم من إله غير الله يأتيكم به انظر كيف نصرف الآيات ثم هم يصدفون. So he says, قل أرأيتم. It can also be said قل أرأيتكم. They are the same in meaning. It means inform me. If Allah took away your hearing and your vision, and He khatama, sealed your hearts, which God other than Allah can bring them back to you? So notice here he focuses on the hearing and the vision and the heart, because this is the most important of your faculties in order to understand what the truth is. So you need to be able to hear the truth, so you need your hearing. You need to be able to see the signs, so that's why you need your vision. As for your heart, this is the place of understanding. So when He seals your heart, it means you are unable to understand the truth for what it is. So of course he asks the rhetorical question, which amongst your gods that you worship, O mushrikun, can bring you back these faculties? Your faculty of comprehension, your faculty of hearing, and your faculty of vision. He says, Unzur, look at how we make tasrif of the ayat. So the ayat of the Quran are mentioned in various different ways. This is what tasrif means: to repeat something in different styles. So sometimes the ayat of the Quran come in the form of targhib, to make you desirous of something. Sometimes they are tarhib, to make you afraid of certain things. Sometimes they are reminders to you of things which you already know. For example, reminders of the favors that Allah gives you. Sometimes they come in the form of rational argumentation. The ayat are presented in various different ways, and yet despite that, Allah tells us they are yastifun, from sadafa yastifu sudufan, bima'na a'rada, to turn away, yet they are turned away from these ayat. One of the reasons why Allah uses the word sam'a, hearing, in the singular sense, and the absar and qulub in the plural sense, is that the sam'a is the masdar, verbal noun, and the verbal nouns normally are not given in the plural form, and Allah knows best. Let us reflect on ayah number 46. We find Allah Jalla wa Ala, as He so often does in the Quran, challenges the mushrikeen. Who is the one who is able to bring back your faculties of sight, hearing, and intellect? The mushrikun know that their false gods do not have such power. We can also take that if you are afflicted in your faculties, whatever it may be, then turn to Allah Jalla wa Ala. Naturally, you will turn to medication. However, this is not a contradiction. As we all know, Allah Jalla wa Ala works via cause and effect. We also learn of the vital aqidah lesson that a true deity has the characteristics of a true deity, in that they can heal you, for example. They can benefit you, they can harm you. False deities do not have the attributes of a true deity. When Christians say that Jesus is God, then Jesus does not have the attributes of a true deity. In fact, Jesus has the attributes of a human being. We understand everything through its attributes. Like the old saying goes, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it is a duck. And the reason for this is because it exhibits the characteristics of a duck. That's how we understand and recognize everything, through characteristics. We also take the importance of the hearing and the sight and the understanding, or the comprehension, which is in the heart. Of course, comprehension is in the brain, but the comprehension of the heart is the comprehension of guidance. So if you cannot hear the truth for what it is, nor see the truth for what it is, nor understand the truth in your heart for what it is, then it means that these faculties of yours are sealed, even if you can biologically still make use of these faculties. We also pick up on the mercy of Allah Jalla wa Ala, how He explains these ayat variously, because if one type of ayah does not affect a person's heart, maybe another style of ayah will affect it. So he uses all different means because he wants our guidance. He loves for us to be guided. And this is of course a beautiful attribute of Allah Jalla wa Ala. He does not leave his creation in the lurch. And after that we also notice how Allah Jalla wa Ala condemns those people who, even after witnessing the various styles of the ayat of the Quran, they still turn away. So that means their heart is sealed, they have no goodness in them. We seek refuge in Allah Jalla wa Ala from that state. Ayah number 47. قُلْ أَرَأَيْتَكُمْ إِنْ أَتَاكُمْ عَذَابُ اللَّهِ بَغْتَةً أَوْ جَهْرَةً هَلْ يُهْلَكُ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. So again, inform me, O people, if there comes to you the adhab, the punishment of Allah, baghtatan, all of a sudden, or jahratan, openly, as opposed to secretly, then he asks the question, will any be destroyed except the zalimun, the wrongdoing people? Of course, a rhetorical question. Allah never asks a question of inquiry. And asking it in a question form is much more eloquent than simply saying that the wrongdoers will be destroyed. Notice baghtatan and jahratan are mansub al-fatha because they are a hal of the adhabullah. Reflecting on ayah 47, we find when the punishment of Allah descends, only the wrongdoers will be destroyed, not the righteous ones. And the punishment could be a physical punishment, it could also be a more spiritual punishment where Allah seals your heart and that you're unable to accept the truth. As we read in Surah Al-Ma'idah before, فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُصِيبَهُمْ بِبَعْضِ ذُنُوبِهِمْ. If they turn away from your message, then you should know, O Prophet, that this is because Allah only wants to punish them for some of their sins. Meaning to say, because of their sins, Allah has sealed their hearts and misguided them and blocked them from understanding the truth. So these are the dangers of sins. They can actually lead to your heart being sealed. That's dangerous. It's far worse than a physical punishment, because at least with a physical punishment you could reflect and come back to the straight path. It could be a wake-up call or Allah's clarion call. In Sahih al-Bukhari, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh says that the believer sees his sins as though he is on the edge of a mountain about to fall off, and the evildoer sees his sins as a fly which he just shoos away. So you see, it's a matter of perspective. How do you see your sins? Do you see your sins as about to plunge you to your destruction, or do you see your sins as just a little fly which is nothing major and you can just shoo it away and simply forget about it? Ayah number 48. وَمَا نُرْسِلُ الْمُرْسَلِينَ إِلَّا مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ فَمَنْ آمَنَ وَأَصْلَحَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. He says, we do not send the messengers except as mubashirin, to give bushra, which is glad tidings. Mubashirin mansub bil-ya. It is a hal of the mursalin, the messengers being sent as bearers of glad tidings. Wa munzirina, inzar meaning to warn. They are warners as well, because they warn those who disbelieve and they give glad tidings to those who do believe. He says, so whoever amana, believes or has faith, wa aslaha, from aslaha yuslihu islahan, to rectify something or to fix something. Here it means he fixes his own actions by repenting to Allah and by doing righteous actions. فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, then such people will have no fear, meaning no fear on Yawm al-Qiyamah, when everyone else will be in fear, because it will be a frightening day, of course. وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ, and they will not grieve or be saddened, meaning to say they will not be sad on all the luxuries and pleasures that have passed them by in this world. Ayah 49. وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يَمَسُّهُمْ الْعَذَابُ بِمَا كَانُوا يَفْسُقُونَ. And those who كَذَّبُوا بِلَاي, our ayat, يَمَسُّهُمْ, from massa yamassu, massan, to touch, the punishment will touch them. That's of course of Jahannam. Bima, because of what? Kanu, they used to, yafsuqun, commit sins, meaning because of their rebellion, the fire will touch them. So we have the cause and effect. As for the punishment, then because the word is general, it could include the punishment of the hereafter, but also punishment in this life as well. And Allah knows best. Reflecting on ayah 48 and 49 together, we pick up on the same fa'idah as we did previously about the beautiful characteristics of Allah Jalla wa Ala, in that He wants our guidance. He loves for us to be guided. Imagine a father who just lets his children do whatever they want, versus a father who lays down proper guidelines and boundaries to make sure that his children are doing right, not wrong, and not going astray. Which father is the better and superior father? It's just like this. But to Allah Jalla wa Ala belongs the most perfect example. And so this is why He has sent down messengers to guide us. It is impossible for us to know how to worship Allah Jalla wa Ala without being taught by the messengers. We cannot just use our rational faculties to decide how to worship Allah. How on earth are we supposed to know how to perform the salah and all the other acts of ibadah, what they are and how to perform them? It's impossible to use your rational faculties for that. This is why we need the messengers with their scriptures. We also pick up on the key role of the messengers, which is a bearer of glad tidings and a warner. So this is about targhib and tarhib. So the practical benefit from that is that when we give da'wah, we also need to give glad tidings and also warnings. This needs to be incorporated in our da'wah to the kuffar. We find that people are of two categories. Number one, those who accept the message, and number two, those who reject the message. There really is no third category. As for those who claim that they accept the message, but they do not perform any righteous actions, then this is just a mere claim. They in reality have not accepted the message, because if the message had been accepted well and truly in the heart, then this would have to lead to righteous actions, the minimum of which is the salah. And we have a cause and effect situation. Iman and righteous actions would lead to you having no fear in the akhirah and not grieving for anything that passed you by of luxury and pleasure. And belying the ayat of Allah Jalla wa Ala will have you touched with the punishment. It could be punishment in this world, or definitely so in the hereafter. Notice he says those who believe and work righteousness. The working righteousness part is mentioned separately because of its importance and how people can be negligent in this regard. Otherwise, righteous actions are part of your iman. You perform righteous actions, your iman increases. You do not perform righteous actions or commit evil actions, your iman decreases. So that means your actions are part of your iman. And notice when we say cause and effect, both the cause and the effect are creations of Allah. When a hammer smashes or falls onto a glass, the glass breaks. Cause and effect. The cause is the hammer hitting the glass, and the effect is the glass shattering. It is because Allah has created in the hammer, let's say a metal hammer or a stone hammer, the ability to smash the glass. Notice if the hammer is made out of marshmallow, the glass will not smash, because Allah has not put in the marshmallow the ability to shatter the glass. If He wanted to, He could have. The fire has the ability to burn things, because Allah has put in the fire that ability. He could take that ability away, which is why Ibrahim a.s. was not burnt by the fire when he was flung into it. So the cause and the effect are both creations of Allah Jalla wa Ala. This is the correct way of understanding this matter. The atheists and the naturalists will say that the cause and effect must always take place. The fire will always burn things which are burnable. They say we do not need to affirm any creator. There's a cause and effect by itself. That's it. The opposing opinion to that would be there is no cause and effect. When the hammer falls onto the glass, Allah shatters the glass. The hammer has no effect. It is just a sign for the glass smashing, meaning the glass shatters at the instance of the hammer hitting the glass, not because of the hammer hitting the glass. And both of these opposing opinions are extreme and are nonsense. Rather, the first opinion is the middle opinion, which takes into account all matters. We can also take that the word fisq can be used for the word kufr, because the ayah says that those who belie our ayat, to be ayat kawniyah or shar'iyah as we mentioned before, then the punishment will touch them because of the fisq of theirs. Well, belying the ayat is kufr. And so he doesn't say because of their kufr, he says because of their fisq. So this means that in certain contexts at least, fisq can be used for kufr, even though many times fisq is used for sinful behavior or rebellious behavior, but not necessarily kufr. So it depends on the context as to what fisq means. هذا والله أعلم.